So the last time we've put these on, we were missing a vital piece of equipment, an Ugadug. Not that Ugadug, this Ugadug. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
This is 151 Garage. So like I said before, we ended up putting these on another vehicle we have, and the problem was to break the torque on the bolts on the lower shock mounts on the rear, it took a lot of force. I literally had a long extension and a breaker bar, and that kind of made it a little bit sketchy taking off, because every time I put a lot of effort into it, the whole car would kind of rock a little bit, and I didn't feel all that comfortable. Now, I wasn't under the vehicle, I was behind it because the bar was that long, but it made me worried that the thing was going to come off the jacks or jack stands and fall on the ground. I did have a tire, I made sure everything was safe, the wheels were chalked, but there's still that movement that kind of made you question. Everybody told us that we needed to try an impact, AKA Ugadug. This right here, I bought specifically for this. This is what I had. That doesn't do. That doesn't work whatsoever. So we ended up purchasing this one. So since the last time, like I said, I ended up purchasing an Ugadug. This right here is a lifesaver. Now, first things first, if you don't have one, go get one. It is absolutely phenomenal to be able to break the torque. If they aren't cheap, I'll tell you that right now, but
they're worth it.
They're very worth it. If you'd have to kind of convince somebody to buy it, say for instance, your wife.
Get a whole bunch of flowers, chocolate. Just kidding.
I will just say, honey, just think how much time I'll save on working on the car to be able to go to Target and go to Starbucks for you. That right there will work in any day. That right there. Go ahead and buy 2 of them.
Sucker.
Well, everybody knows you can use the Ugadug for removal purposes. Most people don't know you can actually use the Ugadug for installation as well. The proud sponsor for this channel right now is ugadugcalculator.com. What you do is you go to the website, link in the description below, you type in the brand name, the model number of what Ugadug you have, the foot-pounds you need, and it will actually calculate how many Ugadugs you need to actually correspond with the torque you need to install. Please check the link down below after the video, ugadugcalculator.com. Thank you. On with the video. So before we go down and install it, again, I've already removed the bolt. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, especially when you have an Ugadug like that. It comes off pretty simple. What you receive with these skids, this is the JCR off-road rear shock mount skids. You come with the plate, you come with a bag of hardware, which has 1 large washer and then 2 nuts, bolts, and washers to go on the inside. We'll drop you down underneath the car and we'll show you how it's installed. Okay, before we start, I've already taken this off right here. Now, you will have to loosen this, remove the nut, and then you'll have to pound this out, not all the way out, but pound it out enough to where it kind of is flush with this, because what you're going to do is you're going to slide the plate onto here. It's basically going to go across this right here, and then you can pound this back in, put the nut on, and then there's 2 bolts that go into these slots right here. As you can see, there's 2 holes right here, where my fingers are. So we'll go ahead and set you down and we'll kind of show you how it goes together. Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to push this out. If you need a little persuasion, obviously, got a mallet, don't hit it with a hammer because you don't want to damage the threads on here as well as the nut itself. Right now, I can pretty much just push it out to right about there. A little bit more. Now, go ahead and hand me the plate and the hardware. Now, there is a recess right here, and that's what the big black washer is for. big black washer right here goes right there. This goes over the top like that. And then you use a little persuasion to push it back in. There you go. Put that on. You can thread this in just a little bit. Now that we have the camera set up, so it's easier for you guys to see, we are going to put the bolt in the washer on the outside, and the nut goes on the inside. The bolt is a 17 millimeter, as well as a 18 millimeter nut on the inside. So now to torque this, we'll go ahead and get the hardware or get the socket, and we'll go ahead and torque this for you in just a second. Now that we have this already installed or started, we can use our Ugadug, and we use the calculator, and it's 10 to 12 Ugadugs. So there you go, 10 to 12 Ugadugs. So we'll go ahead and put everything back together, and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is the second time doing this. And this right here, the handy Ugadug, is absolutely a game changer when it comes to doing any kind of suspension. Any kind of high torque items, definitely get an Ugadug. If you have to bribe, blackmail, whatever to get an Ugadug, get an Ugadug. Somehow do it. It's literally going to be a game changer when you do any kind of car maintenance suspension wise. Remember, this was sponsored by Ugadug.com. Link in the description below. Anyways, hope to see you next video. Bye.
Bye.